As you already know, Armenia has received more than 100,000 refugees from Nagorno-Karabakh. And I want to focus on two things: why it happened and how it went. As it was noted yesterday, Armenophobia is widespread in Azerbaijan. Killing an unarmed, sleeping Armenian is considered a heroism. At the same time, there are no democratic institutions in Azerbaijan, like an independent judiciary, that can protect Armenians from ill treatment and executions. Any Armenian knows that if they stay under Azerbaijani rule, even if they are not going to be killed by the state, which has happened previously, there are thousands of Azerbaijanis who would like to kill Armenians, and no punishment will follow. We have many such examples. All the Armenians who did not manage to escape their towns and villages before the arrival of Azerbaijani army back in 2020 were captured at best, executed at worst. Amnesty International also reported on executions of Armenian civilians. We were all shocked by the massacre in Bucha. But do you know why more Ukrainian civilians were killed in Bucha than Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh? Simply because Ukrainians did not expect that Russian army would execute them, while the Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh knew what was awaiting them. This is why more than 99.9% of Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh left their homes when Azerbaijan took control after its recently launched large-scale and pre-planned military attack. Attack that followed the 9-month blockade of Nagorno-Karabakh and inhuman suffering it caused. People of Nagorno-Karabakh were forced to leave their homes and all their personal belongings, except those that would fit in their cars or provided buses. 100,000 Armenians left everything they had and went in a journey without knowing where they're going to stay and how they're going to earn their living. And I'm talking about relatively lucky ones who had time to collect personal belongings and reach the host destination. Those who lived in villages taken by Azerbaijan troops during the invasion simply left their homes without taking anything, even without documents. They just took their children and ran away. Also, many people died in rush escaping, like those 170 people who died because of petrol station explosion. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues from Azerbaijan are talking about the history of conflict. Well, then it should be mentioned that the Karabakh conflict started 35 years ago after the massacre of Armenians living in Sumgait and Baku. There are mentions about the ethnic Azerbaijanis who left Armenia 30 years ago. They are silent about the ethnic Armenians who left Azerbaijan. And they're silent about the fact that back in those days, usually it was a simple symmetric exchange between the villages of Armenians and Azerbaijanis. And because the Azerbaijani delegation did literally everything to talk after me, I should call them to stop continuous slandering of Armenian NGOs and to explain what exactly their president meant when was saying that they are driving away Armenians like dogs. Thank you very much.